Welcome back, Love Nation. This is Nina. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has been coming to my channel. Like this video, share this video, and hit that notification bell so you know when I drop my next one. We are going to get into part 4 of the Cassie versus Diddy civil lawsuit documents. This becomes more and more troubling as we go on into these documents. We're about 60% through. Trigger warning. There's a lot of very, very, very sad things going on as I read further into these documents. Please leave your comments below. Please subscribe. And like I said, trigger warning. There is a lot of very troubling information about to come forward in the next area. All right, so I'm about to read these documents for you guys, and then we're going to conclude this in our next video, hopefully. Here we go. After this freak out, Diddy and Cassie went back to the hotel room that Cassie was staying in, where some of Cassie's friends were already hanging out. Diddy was severely intoxicated and at one point during the night picked up one of Cassie's friends like a child and dangled her friend over the balcony of the 17th floor hotel suite. Cassie and her friends were scared by Diddy's erratic behavior, but Cassie was heavily sedated because of the pharmaceuticals she took to participate in the FO, which is the freakout, earlier that day, and therefore was unable to respond to Diddy's terrifying behavior. The FOs became work for Cassie, and despite her protests, Diddy insisted on these intricately staged and forced SA encounters between Cassie and various male workers. Chapter 6. Cassie tries to escape Diddy's putting his hands on her slash abuse. Anytime she tried to create distance between her and Diddy, he used his networks to find her and convince her to return to his lifestyle. On multiple occasions, Diddy sent his employees to lure Cassie back. In 2011, during a rough patch in Diddy's and Cassie's relationship, Cassie had a brief relationship with musician Kid Cudi. When Diddy returned from a trip, he demanded another FO of Cassie. She acquiesced. During this FO, Diddy found Cassie's phone and found emails between her and Kid Cudi. Diddy became enraged and proceeded to place a manual corkscrew between his fingers and lunged at Cassie. Cassie ran away to stay at Kid Cudi's home to escape Diddy's wrath. Soon after, one of Diddy's staff members told Cassie that he needed to just talk to her, even though Diddy was enraged. Feeling like she could not escape Diddy and his network of enforcers, Cassie returned to Diddy. He put his hands on her several times and then kicked her in the back as she tried to run out the door. She went to her parents' home in Connecticut, where her mother took pictures of what happened to her physically that Diddy had left all over Cassie's body. In February of 2012, during Paris Fashion Week, Diddy told Cassie that he was going to blow up Kid Cudi's car and that he wanted to ensure that Kid Cudi was home with his friends when it happened. Around that time, Kid Cudi's car exploded in the driveway. Cassie was terrified as she began to fully comprehend what Diddy was both willing and able to do to those he believed had slighted him. In 2015, Cassie spoke to a popular music manager after an after-hours party in a hotel suite in Las Vegas. Diddy saw her speaking to this manager and sternly told her to step into the bedroom adjoining the suite. In the bedroom, Diddy put his hands on Cassie severely. She ran from corner to corner of the room, trying to escape Diddy's paw-pawing and aggression and kicking. When she tried to lock herself in the bathroom, he pushed through and did it again and again, putting his hands on her and kicking her while she was curled up under the toilet. Her screams were drowned out by the loud music playing in the outside area of the hotel suite. When Diddy's head of security and assistants saw Cassie after what happened, they began to cry. Cassie had two black eyes, a burst and bruised lip, and a huge welt on her forehead. Upon seeing the results of his attack, Diddy immediately took steps to conceal his wrongdoing. He forced Cassie to stay at his home in Holmby Hills, along with one of his sons. While there, Diddy FaceTimed Cassie and stated, "You gotta go up and put more makeup on. My son can't see you like that." She did put makeup on, per Diddy's demand. Cassie felt she had no choice but to obey Diddy, even though security guards, assistants, and friends saw the situation she was in. No one dared help or spoke out on her behalf. She therefore had no choice but to remain subservient. Later in 2015, while shooting a movie in Cape Cod, South Africa, Cassie began a flirtatious relationship with an actor. She spent New Year's Eve with this actor, but Diddy soon found out. Diddy called the actor and threatened him. The actor proceeded to call Cassie and tell her, "You really need to call Diddy." In or around March 16th, during an FO at the Intercontinental Hotel in Century City, Los Angeles, Diddy became extremely intoxicated and put his hands on Cassie in the face, giving her another black eye. After he slept, Cassie tried to leave the hotel room, but as she exited, Diddy awoke and began screaming at Cassie. He followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her. He grabbed her hair and then took glass vases in the hallway and threw them at her, causing glass to crash all around them as she ran to the elevator to escape. She managed to get into the elevator, and when she got to the lobby and quickly took a cab to her apartment, upon realizing that her running away would cause Diddy to be even angrier with her and completely stuck in his vicious cycle of abuse, Cassie returned to the hotel with the intention of apologizing for running away from him. When she returned, hotel security staff urged her to get back into the cab and go to her apartment, suggesting that they had seen the security footage showing Diddy putting his hands on Cassie and throwing glass at her in the hotel hallway. Upon information and belief, Diddy paid the Intercontinental Center City Hotel $50,000 for the hallway security footage that evening. After this, Cassie left her home in Cornstalk and went to hide away at a friend's home in Florida. James Cruz, president of Bad Boy Management, tracked Cassie down and told her that her single would not be released if she did not answer Mr. Combs' phone calls. A woman who worked at Sony Music reached out to her with a similar ultimatum concerning her record. Incredibly, Diddy even convinced one of his attorneys to call Cassie at this time. This lawyer told Cassie that it's in your best interest to call Diddy back. Each time Cassie tried to run away from him, Diddy and his powerful network would force her back to him. Mr. Combs' tight hold over her life had irreparable damage to her friendships, Around 2018, when Cassie was with her friend Carrie Morgan in her house, Diddy used his key to Cassie's home and came inside unannounced. He and Miss Morgan had an altercation during which Diddy threw a hanger at Miss Morgan. Upon information and belief, the incident resulted in a settlement between Diddy and Miss Morgan. In case Cassie ended up paying Miss Morgan additional funds in order to resolve the dispute between her close friend and her controlling SA boyfriend, Diddy. The relationship between Miss Ventura and Miss Morgan has been strained since this time. Seeing the extreme measures Diddy took to keep a tight hold on Cassie and isolate her from her support network, and having experienced the repercussions of rejecting his demands, Cassie felt that saying no to Mr. Combs would cost her something: her family, her friends, her career, or even her life. We will continue with our next chapter. I just wanted to download this sad situation. And like I said again, I do believe that Diddy should be held on charges for something, even though I know that this is a civil matter that was settled. These acts were despicable and just horrific and demonic. If anyone is going through this situation right now, again, please seek help. This will only get worse if you're going through it. It will get worse and worse and worse. Like, share, subscribe, you guys. Till next time, be safe. Enjoy your evening. Bye, guys.